Asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritangamaya Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. I welcome you all for this session of practicing posture as posture. It may appear to you, what is this concept? Are we not practicing posture? Or when we can call practice of posture as posture? So first initial few minutes, I will explain the concept of practice. After this, we will adopt what is explained on the mat. When we look at the subject yoga, it has such a depth and such a history, and embraced by such a enlightened souls. And confidently I can tell, it is the one and only tool available on this planet for now. A practical tool which can lead a person towards a self-realization. In this life, the main purpose of life is to express the self. When you can express the self, how you can express the self, that's all what yoga takes the journey. Now, in this session, we confine our discussion to the practice of posture. Of course, I will be referring Bhagavad Gita, Patanjali Yoga Sutra, maybe some Upanishad texts. And all this, the depth of the philosophy, how in a practical way you can adopt on the mat. One thing all we should know is why this session is called How to Practice a Posture as Posture. If you define just the positioning of a body as a posture, We all will be doing posture from birth to death. There is nothing called posture in the end. See, if this is the posture, this is also posture, this is also posture, this is also posture. Why not? No? Everything, now you are sitting in a posture. So why Patanjali or Krishna or anybody else, why they proposed the terminology called asana, meaning the posture in real terms? If it is only the positioning of the body, we no need to do anything. We are constantly doing it and we are bound to do it. Even with, whether you are lying down on the mat or you are walking in the street, it doesn't matter. Always you have to be in one posture or the other. There is no escape from practicing posture. So then, what is the terminology in real sense that speaks and defines what is posture? The basic thing what we need to understand is, when we are practicing yoga, it's a practical methodology to realize the self. Having this intention, why I have to practice posture? For example, when you refer Patanjali Yoga Sutra, he brings the beautiful concept of Prayatna Shaitilya. Prayatna Shaitilya, Prayatna means effort, Shaitilya means ceases, meaning effortless. In the session, practical session, I will explain you in depth what is the meaning of this Prayatna Shaitilya, meaning cessation of the effort. Now we will understand why effort has to be stopped. What is the wrong? Suppose if I am in effort, what is the wrong in it? Why I cannot be in effort? Why I should be in the path of cessation of the effort at the physical level? So when I am addressing now, since it is the posture session, why I need to be effortless? The concept of effortless, what we need to understand is, if you are in effort, it means it's not only you. If you are in effort, something else is there with you. The more and more you are becoming effortless, if you are progressing in the direction of effortless, more and more you are progressing in the direction of expressing the self. Effortless and expressing the self, they both are directly proportional, meaning who have studied the science, they know the directly proportional. If the effortless increases, expression of the self increases. And then comes the question, why I have to express myself? Expressing the self is the success of life. A cloud has to express as cloud, then only we get rain. A tree has to express as tree. A star has to express as star. A sun has to express as sun. And I and you should express as our own self. What's wrong with the effort then? Effort means in your life, instead of the space what is there called as life, instead of a facility to express your own self, something else gets expressed, that is effort. Whatever it may be, you can apply this to the mind, body or breath. I repeat this sentence again. Whenever you are in effort, it very clearly indicates the space of the self is occupied by something else. You are effortless. Meaning, another dimension of understanding the benefit of effortless is, if you are effortless, you are bringing the real self expression. Or else, wherever effort is involved, your conditionings will be functioning through you. You observe. To be happy, you don't need any effort. To be sad, you need a reason to be sad. Even at the mind level, you need an effort to be sad. To be happy, just you can be happy now. But try to be sad now. Immediately the mind slips to find a reason, oh, for what I can be sad. Because the more effortless you are progressing towards expressing the true self. That's what every Upanishads, Vedas speaks. The Atman or Brahman. They use different terminology in the Upanishads and Vedas. The same terminology Patanjali uses in a practical angle. Who can be effortless? Who is in pure self? Only you are there. As long as only you are there, effortless. Even, for example, to hold this mobile, I need effort. To hold this finger, anybody is effort? Oh, I am holding my finger. Because it's me. It's my own self. The finger is my own self. My head is my own self. Actually, when you are practicing the posture, the proper alignment, to call it as an alignment, the alignment should be towards effortless. It's not a reference to reach somewhere. Normally what happens nowadays, how people practice posture is, my forehead has to come, or else I have to hold something, I have to stretch to reach somewhere, then only my muscles are released, I get rid of pain. All those things are wrong notions. If you are expressing your practice constantly chasing the root of effortless, everything set right by itself. Because the highest potentiality what we all carry is the power of the self. Even when you speak the power of the self, you need to understand the statement of Patanjali which tells Purusha Vishesha Ishvaraha. Purusha means the conscious self. Purusha Vishesha Ishvaraha means the divine self. Even the individual conscious self has a capability to express the divine self. Each one of us has the capability to be the divinity itself. Divinity itself. It's everywhere in you and in me. That divinity space, instead of expressing that divinity, we end up expressing something else. You end up expressing the consequences of living life, which has carried for millions of life, including this life. You constantly go on expressing. Many times, when I see practitioners, I have seen quite thousands of practitioners who are very serious practitioners also, but in the end, they cannot be thoughtless. I am practicing yoga from 20 years, 25 years. Vijay, I cannot be thoughtless even for 5 minutes. Let's leave the 5 minutes, not even for 1 minute in my meditation. Why? Because the way you are practicing is very important. Not the quantity of the practice, the quality should speak. If you are a real practitioner, if you know the science of practice of posture, meditation must be easy. It should happen. You cannot do meditation because we all carry the meditation, because it's like telling, oh, I carry my finger. You can tell for the language purpose. But in the end, it's a happening. You come with the finger. In the same way, we all come with the meditation state, the meditative state. We all with it. We cannot tell I do meditation. Of course, for language we may use that term, but what we need to understand is it's a happening which is already there. Am I eligible to embrace it? Throughout the day, you are affected by the outside. You are constantly putting the effort. Putting the effort in the sense, for example, things may be happening not as per your expectations. Suddenly mind constantly in effort. Then you want to sit for meditation. It's not a magic, huh? The person who is functioning in day-to-day life with the open eyes, the same person is sitting with the closed eyes. There is no change, huh? There is no magic. Magic has to happen even in the open eyes, even in the closed eyes. The magic in the open eyes happens when you know why I am living here. I am living here to express the self. Okay, whatever the things happening around me, I will organize my day-to-day life so that it facilitates the expression of myself. Instead of expressing your own self, if you are chasing the life to express something else, then all the mess up happens. Constantly you have to reorganize your life to an effortless state. Then each and every moment a space is created. The space of action is created instead of space of reaction. Or else constantly in life you will be reacting to each and every situation because the confusion is there. What is life about? If something is wrong outside, of course we all face many wrong things, many unexpected happenings. There is no doubt, that's life. So once the clarity is there, oh, my life purpose is not to be bothered by something else, what's happening? What's happening outside in million times is go on happening, and whatever happens, it dissolves at the same moment. What stays with me, what I carry continuously is my true self within me. My purpose of life is to express the true self. So once that clarity is there, okay, if something is wrong, I organize so that I get the space for my true self expression. Or else, through same situation, you may be expressing your own conditionings of the mind. Oh, it should have been like that. That person should have been nice to me. Oh, there is a misbehavior about me, so I had to react. Once you begin to express your own self, then the real understanding begins to happen. What self I carry, the same self is carried by the other person. We all represent the same source. That is wisdom. If you read Patanjali Yoga Sutra, he very clearly tells why we practice the Ashtanga. Ashtanga means not that only the Ashtanga which practices only some postures. At the real Ashtanga of Patanjali, he speaks about Ashuddhi Kshaye. Ashuddhi means impurity. Kshaye means getting rid of, means decreasing the impurity. When impurity decreases, Jnana Deepti. Jnana means wisdom. Deepti means the wisdom begins to shine. See the link. Ashuddhi Kshaye leads to Jnana Deepti. That has to practically happen. Ashuddhi means, what is Ashuddhi? What is not you, that is Ashuddhi, meaning impurity. What is you, that is purity. Shuddha. Purity means the pure self. So through your practices, if you are able to express the true self, with the true self, the real meaning of life is understood. With the true self, effortlessness state is understood. With the true self, happy for no reason state is reached. With the true self, every consequence of positivity enters your life because you are the divine itself. Then life becomes a conscious way of living. Or else, in day-to-day life, if you see, it's becoming as an unconscious way of living. conscious way of living has a direct link to the Jnana Deepti, expressing the wisdom. Wisdom means, you need to understand, wisdom is not intelligence. Wisdom is different, intelligence is different. Wisdom means Tattvamasi. There is a very nice statement in Upanishad. Tattvamasi means I am that. I am that. I am that. What is the path for I am that? The path for I am that is entering your own self. Because you can be anything once you enter your own self, because everything is your own self. When you are understanding the practical methodology of the Patanjali, you need to understand the process of practically how I can become I am that. Or else it stays as only theory. Then things, oh, how I can become a tree, how I become a mountain. Because tree is a tree right in front of me, it is different. A mountain is a mountain. So how I can become that, if I am that, beyond any just a philosophical statement. To experience that, once you understand your own self, and out of that self every manifestation is happening, so then naturally you need to have a practical methodology. Progressively you should reach the true self. As we all understood, if you are in effort, you are not with your true self. Meaning your true self space is with something else. That indicates the effort. That's why when you are practicing posture, you should not pull anything, you should not push anything, nothing like that. Because as long as you hold a rope, as long as you hold a chair, as long as you, even to that extent you have to practice posture, if it has to be called as posture, even your own body should not hold other body part. Meaning you are living with like 1,000 flowers. Each and every cell is a flower. Each and every tissue is a flower by itself. Each and every organ is a flower by itself. That means the whole content of you should be effortless. When the whole content is effortless at the physical level, its expression is building the capability to be still. Stillness is not something you can force. Because for meditation, stillness of the body is very important. If you are not able to reach the state of stillness at the body level, forget it, meditation becomes a kind of an imagination. Then meditation takes the path of absence of the mind or lazy lethargy. So your mind should be present, body should be present, prana should be there, the life energy should be expressed in you. Having all these with you, then you are present as a whole. So to experience this state, if the body is, for example, what is the wrong in if I am moving the body? The moment you begin to move the body requires the mind instruction. Without the mind instruction, body cannot move. If the body is moving, then the mind is instructing. How the mind instructs? The moment the mind instructs, it chooses. It uses the intelligence. You move this in this direction, or you move the hand, move the leg. Once the process of choosing is happening, you are with the duality expression. Once you are with the duality, you are outside. The true self is the pure non-dual. That is why Patanjali speaks of effortlessness. When you are effortless, only you. As long as only you, what is the problem? You stay. How long you can be you? That is stillness. See the very interesting point. That is why he calls Sthiram Sukham. He brings the two terminologies Sthiram Sukham together. Sthiram means stability, unaffected continuity of your stability. Sukham means you are comfortably there. When your comfort ends, your body begins to move. When a pain is developed, or a mind unrest begins, or heavy breathing starts, the body begins to speak the language of duality. See, body is a vehicle. If your body represents the non-dual state, the true self what we carry, then it's a fantastic vehicle, because it leads to the state of self-realization. For all we born, we take millions of life for it. So this practice of posture is an effective way and an organized way to reach that dimension of stillness. Stillness means where you are just like a flower, expressive stillness, not a suppressive stillness. If you are using some probes, if you are holding something, if you are forcing yourself to too many postures in the name of that series, this series, you will end up developing a suppressive stillness. Once you are with the suppressive stillness, because how the suppressive stillness happens is mainly because you need to understand the language of expression and suppression. Expression is the language of the consciousness. Expression is the language of manifestation. Expression is the language of self, because the whole creation is the product of the self. You should move constantly in the direction of expression. Always a suppression happens when you depend on something, when you hold something, when you are in a non-freedom state, when you are getting imposed by something, meaning you are in an effort state. That is why, if at all, if you want to experience the higher states of meditation, constantly you should progress in the practice of posture, where the flowering of the stillness begins to happen. Nothing is disturbing me. When nothing is disturbing me, I can be me. It's not only I can be me, it's a very revolutionary expression. Or else I will be some duality. I will be a movement, meaning I will be picking one thing, one particular thing in this infinite creation. The moment I pick one thing in the creation, that is effort. Whether if it is happening in the mind, that picking is thought. If it is happening in the body, that is effort. What Patanjali speaks the language. So you should not pick any one thing, you should be everything. That completeness, it's a practical journey to move towards that completeness. So now in the posture session, how we will going to adopt this on the mat, we'll progress and understand. If you have any questions about this, one or two questions very quickly you can ask, please.
It's about what you mentioned about the use of props.
Mm-hmm.
My understanding was that props were used to guide us towards the positions as they should be performed.
Mm-hmm.
But you seem to indicate that could lead to a state where we are not in stillness while we use the props to achieve those postures. Am I correct?
I will complete that. So this, what you are telling is, if I am using the probes, two things comes with the probes. The moment you are using a probe, you want to reach somewhere. That is there. When you want to reach somewhere, your mind has to confine to that. So in life, in the end, life is nothing but mind experience. Mind, the journey of life is mind construction, nothing else. Whatever do in actions, it's gone. What you did in the previous moment, it's gone. You might have walked from one tent to another tent. Where it is? It's gone forever. It will not be coming to you again. Whatever actions you do, it will be gone at that moment itself. What stays is experience. The mind construction. Now comes the question, how should I construct the mind? The practice of posture is not a joke. Practice of posture is a revolutionary expression to construct the mind itself. That mind should construct out of freedom. The first concept. The mind, if it is constructing out of freedom, the first thing is I should not hold anything. If I can be like this, fine, I am like this. By being like this, if I want to be progressing in the posture, fine, I progress. There is nothing like I should hold something, I should move to somewhere else. Then you are in a target, you are in a becoming process, you are choosing one thing in life. You want to move from target to target. So once you are learning the practice of posture from the angle of self-realization, that is a different language. From the angle of self-realization, you should constantly construct the state of the mind. For example, if I am like this, I can move up to here, up to only here. I cannot move up to here, for example. I can move up to here. It doesn't mean body is the reason for it. Body follows the mind. If you see the 5 sheets, mind, from that life energy comes, from life energy, body is manifested. It's not like a something machine. Oh, I am not able to reach it. If I am not able to reach it, there is a solid reason behind it. Why I have a tightness? Why I cannot reach? What is the reason for my imbalances in me? We are like made up of millions flowers inside of us. If some flower is not able to expand its petals, it's not like I will do like this. There is a reason. You should provide the water, you should provide effortless state, you should provide peace, you should provide all-inclusive state, you should provide the space for muscles, alignment, adjustments. This is a different language. The language of spiritual dimension of expressing the posture is totally, entirely different. The moment you are using the probe, you are depending. Of course, it may have some benefits regarding health or releasing some muscles, but millions time benefit will get if you normally do the posture practice. Only by not accumulating the target. Why I am telling is, practicing posture, once you enter the mat, it is a golden opportunity. An opportunity to take the journey of self-expression. So what we need to understand is, the journey of the self-expression is nothing but how I am utilizing this time to construct the functioning of the mind. The mind always try to depend, mind always try to hold something, mind always try to move in the target, because that is the consequence of my journey with the outside world. What happened? Always outside world, in the name of civilization, constantly tries to push you to be somewhere else or something else. I no need to be pushed, I no need to move anywhere. Of course, then why I have to practice posture? Constantly, suppose if I am like this, I am easy. I am easy. If I am in a twisted triangle, it's a bit difficult. Effort. I am in effort so that I will learn the language to dissolve the effort. That's how. You go to the school, why? To learn the language. So how you can learn the language? Initially, it appears when you are learning a new language, it appears so difficult. Oh, I cannot understand the words, letters. But in the end, once you understand that language, you easily, effortlessly begin to speak it. Even in your thoughts, you speak the language. See the fantastic way of life. Even in your thoughts, thought is so subtle. Even in your thoughts, if you observe each and every thought, everybody speaks a language. When you are going to a school, how difficult it appears. But in the same way, once you are on the mat, when you are mastering the posture, that should become so easy. Like you don't feel any effort. Then you are that. Tatha dvandva. Dvandva is dissolved. Duality is dissolved. When the duality is dissolved, that creates the union. Yoga means yuz. Yuz means union. In life, as you are progressing by creating the union, you are tracing the path of wisdom. As you are progressing in the path of differences, you are tracing the path of information and mind. So that is why the using of the probes has its own limitation. You miss the flowering chance. Any more questions? Are you getting the point what I am trying to tell? See, with the props, what happens? For example, I am sitting in the sofa. Personally, I prefer to sit on the floor. In my school, where what I have in Mysore, I don't use anything. I sit just on the mat. Props means what happens? Suppose, if as long as I am sitting, I am pulled by the gravity. So always when you are pulled by the gravity, suppose even if you are using a brick to sit on it, as long as you are sucked by something else, to that extent you are not free. Something else is taking your space. This is one angle. On another angle, what happens is, when you are becoming lighter and lighter, lighter and lighter, this comes to the energetic path of expression. The Kundalini has to rise to reach the conscious state in the self. That union happens at the energy level, then the realization happens. How the Kundalini rises? Kundalini is not a something thing you can with intentions or making some movement you can rise. No. What is Kundalini? Kundalini can rise when you are totally effortless. Your effortless means what? The Kundalini is nothing but manifestation of the nature. Means Shakti. The manifestation of the nature should not be used for any other manifestation except to reach the seat of consciousness. That's how energetically organizing the channel of Kundalini movement in the Sushumna. So your Shakti unites with Shiva. Your seat of nature unites with the consciousness. So when can the seat of Shakti can unite with the seat of consciousness means that Shakti is very typical. How it functions is, even a little bit of deviation is there, it is expressed. Because when you understand the nature, for nature, a bit is also same and infinite is also same. When you understand nature, for example, a piece of leaf is also same, a tree is also same. Everything contains. The same means your mind is gone there. Whether your mind goes to a tree, whether your mind goes to a mountain, whether your mind goes to a ocean, it doesn't make a difference, indicating instead of expressing you, the mind is expressing something else. So nothing else should be expressed. You have to be expressed. That is effortless. So how you are aligning towards that, that is means effortless, what Patanjali speaks as rising of Kundalini, energy path speaks. Effortless means what? All your energy is not used for anything else. So when energy is not used for anything else, automatically the nature unites with the consciousness. Practically it means, meaning your consciousness, the seat of every manifestation, experience that union of you. That is why it's called Sushumna channel. Ida and Pingala. People theoretically know Ida Pingala means right and left. So how you balance the right and left? Right is left as right, left is left as left. Just in a full potential. Then a center thing happens, then it rises. So for such higher states of experiences, using something to sit affects us. Because the moment you begin to use something, it constantly pushes the seat of the root. So it's like action and reaction. It's stuck there. So you should feel light. That balancing thing you miss. Because always one thing you need to understand, you can balance as long as only you are there. If something else is there, it is a pseudo balance. Pseudo, you know the word? A dependent balance. If you are holding a rope, you are not balancing. In the same way, I am using this to balance. That's why there are only like some suggested postures to sit for meditation, where the whole balance stays with you. The right cancels to left. That is a symmetrical position you take. Suppose if you weigh 70 kilograms, 35 distributed. So that is the effortless path. Are you understanding the concepts, what I am trying to explain? Mhm.
approximately energy. On the floor, the legs are aching, the mind blows. Like, how do I get away from all of that noise?
See, to get away from a noise, how long you want to escape it? And also, the facing, how the facing should happen. See, when it comes to the terms of noise, facing a noise, how to face it? How to face technically, not to create one more noise. No, always it happens with the mind. If a lot of noise is there, oh, I have too much noise, one more noise. That is avidya, what Patanjali speaks. Ignorance. Ignorance of the self. One simple language, instead of creating more noise, what you should do is, see how you can come out of a dream. Just to know I am dreaming. It's not like that, oh, I have to come out of dream, I do something. It won't work. The moment you know I am dreaming, you are out of it. In the same way, normally people are misguided. They want to do many things. No, understand yourself. Everything falls around it. That is Vidya, the real education, education of the self. Then you know, if the mind is doing a lot of noises, you understand for what it is making noises. It is making for something else. The moment when it comes to the pure self, there is no noise. Only celebration is there. Once you begin to understand the quality of the self, you have to live conscious way of living, not unconscious way of living. So the noise can be understood, oh, just it's an understanding. It's noise of something else, which I am trying to hold. Who am I? Why I am here? What is this life? What is this journey? That is why when you are practicing effortless, see, this body has a lot of noises. That is effort, imbalances, unable to stretch, unable to hold a posture. Body creates the noise. You are bringing effortless, you are bringing balance, you are bringing stretch. So then what happens? Your mind is learning, exposed to a experiential journey. Yeah, even being in the noise, I can recreate myself to create the absence of noise. In the same way, even being in this same existence, I can live with the absence of any pain and suffering. Pain and suffering is just, you can leave it just by understanding, not by struggling with it. By understanding the true self. So the path is, the complete path is path of yoga. Practical path, what I mean to say. If you want to go behind the knowledge and all, karma yoga is there. If you want to go achieve it through work, again, one has the other. When it comes to the practice of posture, Patanjali speaks Ishvara Pranidhana, karma yoga. Ishvara Pranidhana means it's not to boost any ego, to claim my actions as mine action. It's an expression. In the end, karma yoga, bhakti yoga, all are same. Without bhakti, how you can do karma? You are devoted to that divine itself. That devotion to the divine has to be expressed in karma, means you are not doing for yourself. So it's all the same content spoken in different languages, different way. So when you use props and all, even though it may give temporary relief, I have seen students who comes to our teachers training programs and all, even in the beginning they cannot sit even for 2 minutes without props. Nowadays they can sit for hours. Always one thing we need to know, body is the manifestation of mind. The matter is the manifestation of the mind. Or else the whole yogic concept is failed, no? The 5 sheets. The consciousness from the soul. Wisdom is from the mind from the mind. The energy from the energy, the body. And even In the modern research, even if you Google, you will find matter is the manifestation of the mind. So you are manifesting the matter on the mat. Matter, manifesting the matter on the mat by the mind. Yum, yum, yum. We go for yum, yum, yum. Okay. Because it's a you have to recreate your life. This body for millions of years, even if you see the genetical coding, many people tell, leave the back pain, that pain, this pain, what you have. Even genetical diseases can be cured if you know the science of practice of postures. Because it is carried for millions of years. Once you are able to express the effortless state of the body, that indicates you are get rid of all other influences. When you get rid of all other influences, the true self-expression is the purest, the healthiest, the joyful, the celebration, the love, whatever you call. That is the state what we all carry within us.
If I can go back to props, so yes, I understand your message. It's very clear, but you know, in the Western world, there is a proliferation of props, as you probably know, walks, thighs, mats, anything to help with that. So, is this an invention of the Western world perception of yoga, or did you already have props back in India in the old days? What's your
If you read classical books, props should not be used. Because it's the expression of you, by you, in you. That is the quality of the self. Expression of you, by you, in you. There is no space for anything else. If there is space for anything else, that is not you. It's something else. Mind is like that. In the end, that is why Patanjali is very particular about Chitta Vritti Nirodha. Yoga Chitta Vritti Nirodha. Yoga means where the mind is not having any modifications and change. For the mind modification, even a very tiny thing is enough. It need not be a mountain or a ocean. Even a small fly is enough. A mosquito is enough. A leaf is enough. Because mind takes that shape. It picks one thing out of being all-inclusive state. So to express that all-inclusive state, you are tracing the path of possibility of expressing the all-inclusive state. It's like I want to, for example, you have an intention to make a walk towards the London. Definitely your steps should be towards London. Instead of walking towards London, if you are selecting another direction, if you are walking opposite, I am walking, so where is the London? You search. Because your steps were towards that. You reached somewhere else. In the same way, when you are practicing posture, you have to step towards the self. Then you reach the self. You reach the consciousness. Your steps is effortless. Your steps is you, in you, by you. How you are doing this? That's what, even if you understand the statement of pratyahara. Pratyahara means what? It's one of the 8 limbs. Nothing is affecting you sensually. You are living in the same planet, in the same world, between the same nature, but yet nothing is bigger than your self-expression. Something else is bigger than your self-expression, that is nothing but sense perception. When you are not forced to perceive anything, you are creating the space for expression of the self. That's how you can join the practice of posture. In the posture, if you are effortless, indicating through the sense you no need to perceive any one thing. Because the body is effortless. So the moment, without sense perception, how you can express a movement? Even if it is the movement of your own fingers, sense perception is required. You have to feel, oh, I have a finger. If you want to experience the state of pratyahara, body should be effortless. If you want to experience the state of dharana, body should be effortless. That's why when you come to the asana, it joins all remaining 7 limbs. When it comes to dharana, it holds all. It's like a well-built, organized system. It's like a scientific system to express the self. Now, SSS, scientific system to express the self. You can bring any question, it has an answer. Because it is truth. It is not truth by somebody else. It is, even I cannot add or subtract anything to it. It is completed subject thousands of years ago. We no need to add anything for it now. Even if you see the sculptures of thousands of years ago, you will understand. If you visit some Indian temples, you will see the posture practice is a pure expression of the self, by the self, in the self. That's how. Every thought is an indication I am expressing something else instead of expressing myself. So those things you will not get control, because the journey you are not by the self, in the self, through the effortless. You are doing something else and you want something else as a result. So it's getting time. We go for the practical. If you have any questions, you can meet me after this session. I may be for a few minutes here. So or else in the end, if the time permits, I will give 5 minutes. Please stand on the mat. For 2 minutes, try to stretch, move all the joints. To the side. Move the hips. Move the knee. Life is nice, no? In the end, it's nice always. If you are nice, everything is nice. Huh? So come to the front of the mat. Close your eyes for a moment. In the practice of posture, I will be expressing the signs of self-expression. An organized methodology to express the true self. It's not to compare with anyone. It's not to adopt anything. It is not to reach somewhere. It is just to express my true self. We will try with a triangle posture. With inhalation, step back. Open your hands to the side. With exhalation, bring the palm towards the pointed feet. With exhalation, bring the palm towards the pointed feet. With inhalation, again rise up. Again, palm to the pointed feet. Again with inhalation, rise up. Exhalation, step to the front. See, if I see how you are trying to express the posture, there is a picture of triangle in you. You should understand, difference between path of information and path of wisdom. Jnana Deepti, what Patanjali speaks is to express the self. Here, being a teacher, I am passing an information to practice the triangle posture. You receive that information and you express that information. That's what I am looking. My information is needed not to carry that information, instead to express yourself. Suppose if you are raising the hand, please step back, rise. Bring the palm towards the pointed feet. Bring the palm. Again rise up. See, if I am instructing, bring the palm towards the pointed feet, I had to use the language. Please, you can release the hand or else you will be tired. I had to use the language. If you are confining your expression to this language, you are confining your self-expression to an information. You listen the language. You should not create a target. Raise your hands. Raise your hands. Whenever palm happens to reach the feet, let it reach. Go for the posture. Let it reach. Don't implement. Slowly. You know you had to express the posture. Wherever you are, however you are, it's fine. Again with inhalation, slowly rise up. When you are, I get down to for the sound. So when you are raising the hand, it's an opportunity to express the self on the mat. The mind, what happens, it creates a target. If I see the hand is here, you are fast here and the slow in the end. Meaning, in the beginning you are fast, because already mind is calculating, my palm is reaching the floor or my palm is reaching the feet. You are driving with a purpose already. As a teacher, I am giving a purpose. But as a student, you have to express yourself, not only the purpose. Through the purpose, expressing the self. So through this purpose, how you can express the self means, the moment you are moving into the posture, you should move. In this moment, I am here only constantly to move in the presence. So then a uniform movement will come. You're not speed and slow. Because speed and slow indicates a target. Oh, there is already a floor is there, almost whether I am reaching. Mind activity. Don't choose the path of particularity. Please open the hand. While exhaling, you will be bringing the palm to the pointed feet. But you know this, you are bringing. Go on expressing from moment to moment. Uniform. In the end, there is no difference between I was standing, I am now. Belly breathings. Up to where you can reach, that is fine. With inhalation, again come up. With exhalation, step to the front. Meaning, if you are making a journey of life expression, you should be uniform. Uniform means the consciousness is always uniform. It will not change. Consciousness, only nature changes. The consciousness is always same. So you should represent that state of consciousness. So you are not influenced by my instruction or some picture what you have seen. It's your own life journey. From moment to moment, you should flow in the practice of posture. That means your expression is uniform. The next principle what we need to understand to the other side is, if I say how you are practicing posture is, you are using something else. Using something else means most of you are using your pointed feet. Let's say if you are putting your left feet to the front, you are pressing the left feet to the floor and then moving. Like instead of holding a rope or chair, you are holding your own feet. No. Please step back to the other side. Open your arms to the side. If I am expressing a posture, it is the posture for each and every bit of myself, because self has to be accessed in totality. It's not for my pointed feet or my palm. I am aware of the full body, balance the body in this position. Right is right, left is left, spine is free, proper alignment of the neck to the center line. Inhale in the same position, belly to the front. While exhaling, moment to moment, move into the posture as a full body expression. You're not pressing the toes, or you're not pressing the hips, feet, even the back feet. The front feet and back feet both are equally expressing. Pure presence. As the time passes, more and more effort is created. The same body, the same mat, same floor, from where the effort is coming? Effort is arising by myself. Myself is in effort at the physical level. I will dissolve it through balance. I dissolve it by presence of mind. I dissolve it by constantly with the expression of life energy. Observe the body, line of the shoulder, position of the hips, the way you are breathing. Is your belly is involved in the breath? Feel the oneness of the body. Extend this oneness to the whole oneness with the creation. Effort may be coming, effort confines you. Effort forces you to press a particular place, particular space. Exhale in the same position. Even while inhaling, same way. Inhale each and every bit. With inhalation, straighten up the body. With awareness, with exhalation, step to the front. Sthiti. Always what you need to know while practicing posture is, now you are standing, you are effortless, same body, same mat, same floor, same tent, same I and you. The moment the position of the body is changed, effort is created. Who is bringing the effort then? Is the floor is bringing the effort, or the tent is bringing the effort, or I am bringing the effort to you? Who is bringing? Effort is arising through you. Everything else is same. You are different. You are different than who you are now in a posture. You are different. You are struggling. You are shaking. You are getting tired. Because you are the creator of the effort. If I am the creator of the effort, I can dissolve the effort because I have the self-reflection capacity. That's how you can develop the self-reflection capacity. Self-reflection capacity leads to self-expression. Self-expression leads to self-reformation. Self-reformation leads to the state of bliss, struggleless life. So that should be the motto when you are practicing. It's not about to compare with my neighbor. Oh, my neighbor is able to put forehead to the knee. I have to go there. I have to hold something. I have to push. I have to struggle. I have to reach. No, no, no. If you are not there, some effort is arising. It's in myself. Reference is constantly myself. Shall we try with another posture? We try twisted triangle. With inhalation, step back straight like this. Open your hands to the side. Keep breathing. Belly, when inhalation to the front, with exhalation, it goes back. Already your body is in effortless state. How you are standing, with the same easiness you are standing now. Align the right and left, front and back, top and bottom, today and tomorrow. Everything, no? Just now, happy. That expression should be there. Not like her. Life means constantly to be that, like a kid, expressive. That life energy. I am alive. It's such a beautiful thing. Inhale in the same position. With exhalation, make the forward bend. In the same position, make the forward bend. Even while making the forward bend, don't depend on the toes. As I told, if you want to walk to the London, you have to walk towards the London. If you want to express effortless, you should construct your practice with the bricks of effortlessness. You are effortless, indicated by effortless is not an imagination. Effortless is a fact indicated by your easiness, lightness, balance, breathing, pleasant state of the mind. Inhale in the same position, belly to the front. With exhalation, create the twist across the spine. Don't press the floor with the palm. No pressing, no holding. Keep breathing. Effort is created. I am the creator of the effort, because in the end, we create our life. We make our own choices. We are responsible for the way of our own life, however it may be. It's our own way of expression, what has led to us to this point. In the same way, it's your own expression. Free the mind. It may be perceiving the difficulty. So what? A difficult situation is not a suffering. It's you. Reconstruct the mind. Reconstruct. Exhale in the same position. Exhale with inhalation, untwist to the center. Again exhale in the same position. With inhalation, straighten up. With exhalation, step to the front. See, one thing we should know the quality of, because theoretically we may speak like the nature is the manifestation of consciousness, Prakriti is the product of Purusha, like that we may speak languagically, we may read, but when it comes to the reality, we don't adopt it. For the problems in our life, we look at others, we complain about others. If you are living with a reality, it's your own manifestation. It's your own consciousness. It's your life, nobody else's life. The nature of the self is it manifests everything around it. There is no doubt. In the same way, you have to take control of that manifestation. This is a practical path of Patanjali. It This is a practical path of yogi, including Shiva, Krishna. Krishna is called Yogeshwara. If you read Bhagavad Gita, very clearly he indicates how a posture should be. Meaning taking responsibility of your own expression and make the mind to perceive the easiness. We do it to the other side. With inhalation, step back. Extend the arms to the side. Normalize the state. Normalize the state means any abnormalities. Abnormalities means anything extra. Any holdings, any tensions, any depletion in the energy. Energy is the manifestation of the mind. If you can be energetic, you can be energetic. That's it. If you are pleasant, you are pleasant. Mind manifests. Inhale in the same position. With exhalation, make a forward bend. Uniform forward bend, no target, no mechanical movement, pure presence. Normalize the state. Normalize the state means easiness in the breathing, effortless in the body, pleasantness in the mind, wisdom, oneness, soul in the evolutionary path. Don't hold with shoulders, with the pointed feet. Don't depend on any particularity. Dissolve the particularity expressions at the body. Inhale in the same position. With exhalation, twist. Is there any difference between your fingers, toes, head, back, belly? Observe. There should not be any difference in perception. When there is no difference in perception, that is pratyahara. You are bringing the state of pratyahara in your body, indicating effortless. Effortless is also same. Effortless is for the body. Pratyahara is for the senses. The body should facilitate that sense, non-particular perception. When non-particular perception happens, the sense are directed towards the self. Self-expression happens. If any particular body part is dominating, somewhere align it. Use your self-reflection. As the time passes, effort is increased. That's how the stillness is propagated in the posture practice. How fast you may be in your day-to-day life, it doesn't matter. You may want to do 10 posture. Then you are in a becoming process. You are scapegoat of this so-called civilization. Be in the evolutionary process. Exhale in the same position. With inhalation, untwist. Belly to the front. Exhale in the same position. With inhalation, straighten the back. With exhalation, step to the front. Sthiti. Sthiti meaning in yoga, like a expressive, as though you are ready to move. Like a bird sitting, no? How a bird sits, how a butterfly sits, how a flower is there, how a plant is there, as though you are ready to walk. You should constantly live life. Constantly live life means constantly in that zone of that positive expression. Life is a golden opportunity. I have to express it. That should expressed in each and every posture. We'll take another posture, warrior. With inhalation, step back, open your arms to the side. Open your arms to the side. With exhalation, sink at the knee. Sink at the knee. No. Come back. Knee straight. Release the hands. See, as I told you in the beginning, I had to communicate, I had to use the language, I had to use the sink of the knee. As I clearly indicated in the beginning itself, it should be the full body expression. Let's say if I see how you are expressing this posture, you are sinking the knee in the sense you are expressing the knee, and out of this expression of the knee, you are bringing the body down. So then whole weight is on the knee. No, that is not the way. The movement of the, like a snake, the movement of the knee is in the end, movement of the body should be one. Knee just facilitates the sinking of the body. It's not totally dominating. Stretch your hands. Stretch your hands. For one moment, close your eyes. Close your eyes for a moment. Observe from head to toe. Get the full picture of the body. When I am expressing, I will express complete self. That is the quality of the self. Completeness. Difference is duality. I express the complete self indicated by complete body. Now you go on sinking the knee with the full body going down. Yes, see the difference. Knee should not be hyperextension, should not cross the toe. Knee above the ankle is better. You can keep the eyes open. You can look towards the middle finger, stretched out. Belly breathings. As the time passes, weight increases in the feet. Why? Why it has to increase? Where I am losing the game of self-expression. The same body. Align. Any variation in the weight of the front and back feet, realign it. As the effort arises, mind confines. Observe this concept. Where the effort is more, mind confinement is more. Use this. You are creating the effort. With this direct experience, dissolve the effort. To dissolve the effort, trigger the self-reflection. Trigger the self-reflection, use the expression of the self. Constantly when you go on using the expression of the self, that is swa-adhyaya. Tapa swa-adhyaya ishvara pranidanani kriya yogaha. It is the self-expression. Exhale in the same position. Again, in the same way, straighten up the knee by straightening up the body. With exhalation, step to the front. Treating the universe as one is next step. You should know the language to treat the self as one. That is effortless. If the body is expressing the effortless and the mind is perceiving that effortless, since the body is made up of thousands of organs, and if thousands of organs can be one in expression, millions of things around me can be one in my perception. That is the non-duality. This dimension of practice is the way to practice posture as posture. It's not a circus where you hold something, where you jump to something, where you want to reach somewhere. No. It is a precious self-expression. It may seem an authoritative instruction. No. You understand your own self. That's it. The language. You should construct the self-expression. What you need to understand is the mind is triggered if the sense is triggered. Of course, vice versa. In the end, how to learn the language of pratyahara in the posture. If I am not perceiving particular body part, meaning if every body part is effortless, I no need to particularly perceive any body part. By practicing in different postures, when you are able to be effortless, you are constructing the zone of stillness. It's like if you are able to run, you can easily walk. In the same way, you can construct be effortless, effortless, effortless. So that's how the flowering of the cells happens. In stillness, you will reflect it. We will practice to the other side from this dimension. Make it a self practice. Pure silence, only your self expression. Becoming process of the mind is for society. Leave it outside the mat. Mat is the laboratory of the self expression. You, in you, by you. Of course, effort is created, variation is created, sense is triggered, mind is confined. Fine. It's the first day. I take it happily. The state of the mind is not affected by effort. The state of the mind is not affected by any situation in life. Sthiti pragnatva, equanimity of the mind state. Sthiti pragnatva of the mind state only can bring the conscious state manifestation. Is your body is in the representing that state of sthiti pragnatva of the mind, indicated by stability of the posture. Stable posture, prajna purvaka mind. Path to the wisdom. Don't hold your breath. Don't hold anything. Trace the path of expression. You may seem to hold. Try to release any holdings. Self has no holdings. That's why it's called self. If you are tired, come to the next previous position where you are easy. No force. Exhale in the same position. With inhalation, straighten up the whole body. With exhalation, step to the front. Normalize your state. Any variations? Of course, since you are tracing the path of effort to be effortless. See, what we need to understand is why we are making this journey life after life after life. If I am seeing a tree, if I am seeing a cloud, not only the tree and cloud is established, I am established. The path of yoga is, instead of tracing the path of trying to establish the self through something else, it needed in the beginning. I begin to express the self. Establishing the self is the first baby step. And expressing the self is the growth. Being the self itself is the beauty of life. Advaita. Beyond any duality. That's what Patanjali tells us Ananta Samapattibhyam. So we have only 5 minutes more. I think you can sit on the mat wherever you are. Like this, when you are practicing posture, anything can be expressed. I'm giving this statement mainly because theoretically we all know this existence is complete. Purnamadha Purnamidam, Ishopanishad. Purnamadha Purnamidam, that is also complete, this is also complete. Even if you take a bit of this creation, it's complete by itself. If everything is complete, it should have all in it. If posture is a complete practice of posture, it should have all in it. If life is complete by itself, it should represent who you are. Suppose you are happy full day and for 2 minutes you are angry. What it means? You have that anger in you. It's not like that only 2 minutes I am angry, so I am not so angry person. No. Even a bit is enough. You are that. You are that. In the same way, life should be manifested beyond language. Life should be manifested beyond target and a becoming process. Life should be manifested beyond any just perception of the senses. Life should be manifested beyond any doing attitude. It's being. Doing is for society. Being is for self. People may tell, oh, I have to practice. I have only 40 minutes, 1 hour a day. No, it's your own way of looking at life. For doing, if you have so much of time, why not for being? Because of ignorance. Because what you think as life, that is very important. What you think as life, are you thinking life is a program, as most of the people are thinking? Life is a program which I can express by getting something. You are finished. You will be finished every moment because you are tired, because the basic approach itself is wrong, because you are having a mode of life influenced by this society. Life can be expressed by getting something. No, life is always expressed in you. Of course, by getting something, you may get some facility. That is a different issue. You have to orient the mind to a new direction. Life can be expressed by self. I don't need anything. That is freedom. I don't need a rope. I don't need a brick. I don't need even my own hands and legs. I don't need anything else. Even I don't need any particular body part of myself. That is stillness. The moment you need any particularity arising within you, you are trapped by a particularity, by a confinement. That totality, you have to shift life from a particularity to totality, from mind to wisdom. That journey happens, that is the success of life. We are coming almost to the end of this session. Tomorrow, same time, another session is here. If you're still further interested to study with me, we have a yoga school back in India in Mysore. So even from my childhood, even my father was a yogi. And apart from this, I studied philosophy as my master degree and yoga also as a master degree. So throughout my journey, constantly it's my passion to bring the self-expression through the practice of yoga, because it is a very scientific methodology also, by adopting the philosophical expressions explained in Upanishads, Vedas, even in Patanjali Yoga Sutra, Bhagavad Gita, whatever the classical book means, because everything speaks the same truth. So from this dimension, the whole teachings will be happening. There we enter deep understanding of postures, pranayama, meditation, anatomy, philosophy. If somebody wishes to become teachers, teachers training programs are there, or else sadhana program, the practice opportunity is also there. So you're all welcome to study with us. And also I will be giving regular trainings in Netherlands also. So if you Google our website, you will find all the details. So I hope you all enjoyed today's session. We will finish the session with a chant. Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. I am surrounded by completeness outside of me also, inside of me also. If I am able to understand this completeness in all its dimension, is nothing but the expression of self, which is the path of expression of wisdom, love, joy, freedom. Wishing you all a successful journey in this path. Hope our path crosses again. Thank you.